In today's video, I teach you one of my favorite card tricks to perform, show you the secrets behind this marked deck and how to read the markings, talk a little bit about theory, and give away some holiday prizes. And that all starts right now. You know, people ask me all the time, hey Alex, what is your favorite deck of cards? What deck do you bring out with you when you perform? And the answer is very simple. It really just depends on the feeling that the deck gives me while in my hand while performing. Now, I don't go for particularly fancy cards. I try to match my cards to not only maybe what I'm wearing, but the vibe that I'm trying to give off to the spectators, and more importantly, the confidence that it gives me when holding that deck of cards. Now, this is a big part of why I like minimal playing cards, and the Nox are the perfect deck for me. This is why I put out so many color variations of Nox, because you wanted to match your style, what you're wearing, your environment. And a few years ago, I created a deck that really has meaning and feeling behind it. Now, the bicycle inspired decks, I love these decks. They were released initially in two colors. First, we had the blue, then followed by the red, and both of these decks sold out super quick, and we only did a sort of test run of them because I wanted to test this concept. And ever since they became unavailable, I've gotten messages literally almost every week since then to bring them back. Well, the good news is they are back, and they are back in black. Bicycle Inspired, the deck with meaning, with feeling, is finally back in a black colorway. The logo on here with the saying "the time is now" is very important, just like follow your dreams with the blue and never give up with the red. See, when you have a deck of cards in your hand, you want to be reminded every day, because this is something that we as magicians are passionate about, right? Doing magic, performing, and making people smile and making people happy. And it's very important to get that across in your magic, and when holding a deck of cards, a constant reminder, something as easy as a little saying like that can go a long way. Now, you're probably just thinking, all right, Alex, enough with the mumbo jumbo. You're right, you're here to learn the marking system and to learn a trick that you can do with it. So the Bicycle Inspire back design has a 2 logo back design on it, which gives it a very minimal feel to it. Of course, these are marked, and we will get into the full marking system in just a second. We have a custom Ace of Spades, which is very nice. We have the 2 custom Jokers. I love these Jokers, by the way, because it's an updated version of your regular bike Jokers. You have everybody's favorite, a double backer, which has back on both sides. Easiest way to describe that one. And a duplicate Queen of Hearts. Now, the Queen of Hearts has a little reveal on it. Instead of time is now, it says actually Queen of Hearts on the reveal, and that's the effect that we're gonna go into how to perform. And the rest of the deck is your standard bicycle deck, but of course with the marking system. So with the back, you can learn exactly how to read this and know what card you are looking at. So I'm gonna put up right now a little chart of the marking system so you can take a look at it. You're gonna look at the left and right wheel, and whichever spoke is thinner than the rest, that's the one you are going to count. The left wheel will represent the value of it, if it's ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, or king, and the right will determine the value, either clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds in that order. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, and it's traditionally known as chased order, so you can remember that, chased, and then CH, and then SD, so clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. And now looking back here, you can take a look and see, I don't know how much you could pick this up on the camera, and it's just a clock system, right? So you're gonna take a look at it, if it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I'm sure all you guys know how to read a clock. The Black Inspired deck is available right now on houseofplayingcards.com, so if you check the link below, that should bring you up to everything that we have new today for Black Friday. You could get the 3 packs of these, you could buy some Inspire, some brown Nox, knock on woods, get it? Alright, let's get into the explanation of how we do this routine. So what you're gonna want is the duplicate Queen of Hearts that says Queen of Hearts. Now this is my favorite effect to do with this. You can use the duplicate for something, you could use the double backer for something. Of course the markings are for doing any trick with a marked deck, but this Queen of Hearts reveal duplicate has a very special property, and it's one of my favorite effects ever to do, but this gives it a little bit of a kick. So you're gonna want the Queen of Hearts on top, and you're gonna want to force it. So use your favorite force. I like to do a classic force because it's not one of those tricks that you have to nail. So if you don't nail it, go on to something else, or use a riffle, or use any other bad force that you want. But please, for the love of God, do not do that. Okay? Good. So we have the Queen of Hearts. We forced the Queen of Hearts, and they, unbeknownst to them, they chose it. I like to ask, is that a good one? Do you want to change your mind? Especially for females, because they're really gonna like this choice of a card and they won't want to change their mind. Just a little added thing that you can say. Also, you can verbally force the Queen of Hearts very easily for female spectators. Like I said, they usually go for either Ace of Hearts or Queen of Hearts. So if you ask them to name their favorite card and they say Queen of Hearts, you can just go with it from there and just have this on top. Now you're going to want to produce a card from the center of the pack any which way you want. You can just go out and feel for a card and take it out and say, I think maybe this one, or you can do something a little bit more fancy by dribbling, putting your thumb there and producing it. Regardless, any case, you want to produce a card and like throw it on the table or give it to them in their hands, because they're going to want to examine this anyway, so you want to put it in their hands, okay? From this point on, you can do one of two things. You're going to need to switch this card for the top card. So I either do a top change, which by the way, I filmed an explanation of the top change along with a new project coming out this Sunday, so in 2 days from now. It's called the Ultimate Guide to the Switch. So we're gonna have a free tutorial on the top change on this channel on Sunday, so don't miss that. So you can do a top change, or what you can do is this is here and this is on top, the Queen of Hearts, remember, with the Queen of Hearts reveal. As they're looking at this and you ask them to turn it around and tell me what you see, and you're gonna ask them to read the time is now, you're going to secretly turn this over on either on your side or just by coming back and relaxing, and I'm just turning this over like that secretly. One easy way to do it is you drop this to your side and you use your pants, you know, your side pocket, to do this and then just kind of turn it over, okay? And then you're gonna wrist kill like this so nobody sees this, and as you talk, this is face down in preparation for you to take back the card and do a double lift and switch it out, okay? So that is the main goal of what we're trying to accomplish. So again, Queen is on top, you give them this card and you ask them, is this the card? And they're gonna say no, you got it wrong, haha, you suck, etc. But don't fret, because this is the perfect time to create some actual magic. I love these kind of moments when you take your time with a quote-unquote failure to say no, but this is important because, and then go into your pattern, okay? Very important, keep that in mind. As you talk about this, I like to give a pattern of when I was younger. All I wanted to do is learn a card trick, and one particular card trick in changing one card, the card that I would get wrong, into the right card. Now, everybody knows of a trick like this. It's probably one of the first tricks that you learned, of having a spectator, you do a double lift, having a spectator hold onto it, and then it changes to their card. So you tell this to the spectator, you say, I had a trick that I saw that I really wanted to learn, and I put it off for the longest time. You know, I think it was a few years until I got around to doing it. And every day I said, you know what, I'll learn it tomorrow, I'll learn it the next week. And I never took the initiative to learn something that I was really interested in. And then you ask the spectator, do you have something like that you can think of? Yes, it was the same thing like riding a bike. I was super scared to ride a bike, and funny enough, here is a few bicycles, right? I was super scared to get on that bike because what if I would fall? And it's the same thing in life. What if you get on that bike, fall, or rather you take on a project, or you do something that you are not used to and you fall? Well, you have to, guess what? Get right back on that bicycle and pedal away, and you will get there sooner or later. So this is the sort of motivation that you want inside of this routine as you're telling them the pattern, as you're showing them the bicycles, and as you're saying the time is now. So this is why on every single card that I use, we have the time is now, because I want you, and a reminder from myself as well. And as you're saying this, you do the little reversal down on your side. I want you, and for me as well, to know that we should never put things off that we want to accomplish. The time is now, and hopefully, and then as you do this, you take that card, you place it back on top of here, and then you're gonna do the double lift. Boom. Or if you're gonna do a top change, you just do a top change as you ask them to hold out their hand. Get rid of this and you place it on their hand. And then you go on with the patter and you say, I always wanted to change one card into another. And now you're gonna do this, and as a little subtlety, you're gonna ask them to take a look at the bike, okay? They take a look at the bike, and it's really great because when you ask them to take a look at one thing, their mind is gonna be specifically targeted towards that, so they're not gonna see the reveal here of the Queen of Hearts. So now you have the Queen of Hearts reveal, and then you say, look at the bike. Can you picture yourself on that bike, falling as a young child, getting back on, and learning to ride a bike? They say yes, and then you say, just like me, I learned to do the trick. And then you take your time and then you just look at them, you look back down and you wait. If they don't see anything, you say, take a look at what it says. See, the time is now, has now changed into, and then it's gonna say Queen of Hearts. And with the Queen of Hearts reveal, that's the first reveal. That is powerful enough just on its own. It's really, really great. As they're reacting, you don't say anything, you just bring their hand closer. You put your hand on top of their hand, you hold it there for a second, but you say that's just a text. Yes, that's just a motto. And once you get that motivation, you can take it as far as you want. Lift up your hand. They turn over the card, boom, boom, you get the hit of the Queen of Hearts, then that random card changed into the Queen of Hearts. They run away screaming and with tears in their eyes, and I'm telling you, and I say that as a joke, that they run away screaming and crying, but when you put enough emphasis on a powerful and simple routine like this, but put enough power on it, you can really change their perspective with a simple card trick. So that is it. Not really much else to say about this. You're really just switching the card in with a top change or a double lift, but really give it meaning and figure out simple tricks that you do that can give meaning to the spectator, and I think you'll have much more success in your magic. You know, for us magicians, a lot of the times we might just show a trick to a spectator and not think too much about it. We just want to show them a trick, make them laugh a little bit, and then go along our day. But it's very important for us to take the time with our spectators to inspire them and to motivate them. We have a talent, we have a skill that we can either take one of two paths. We can either dilute the magic and just by showing something really quick and not putting too much emphasis on it, or we can take the route of really giving importance to whatever you're showing them. It could be a simple card trick or it could be a more in-depth routine, but we want to give importance to it, right? And we want to motivate the spectator that if this impossible thing can be done and you're just a regular person, then anything really can be done. And this is just going back to the deck that never give up, right? All these inspirational kind of quotes we put on the deck. Follow your dreams. This message can be delivered through your magic, and it's great when you are performing with a deck like this to really give that message across and say, look, what does it say on there? The time is now. Is there anything that you want to do that you haven't got around to do it because maybe you're lazy, maybe you say, hey, tomorrow I'll get it done, or next week? No, the time is right now. And instilling these little inspirational little messages into your magic can take it from a simple trick to something truly extraordinary. So keep that in mind when you are doing anything. Right now on houseofplayingcards.com, we have free prizes for everybody. So if you add $50 to your cart, you'll get a free Fort Knock deck. $100 will get you a gilded Shin Lim, very limited deck. We only made 144 of them. If you add $150 to your cart, you're getting a free signed X deck from me. Whatever was left from the bundle, I think it's less than 40 decks. And if you're getting a lot of stuff, $250 will get you two Knock 3000 X1s Blue Gilded Edition, both decks. And at that $250 level, you're getting all 5 decks. Again, with the $100 level, you're getting the Shin Lim one and the Fort Knock. So all of that put together, you're getting a whole bunch of different things. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed everything. Thank you for sticking around, and we will see you very soon on the next video, which is Sunday for the top change. It's gonna be interesting. Peace.